Hi there, my name's Dan. I work for the Community Access Support Service.
Hi there, my name is David. I work for the Community Access Support Service also as a networker. And we're here today to discuss mental health. So specifically stress, anxiety and depression. And obviously in these difficult, challenging times we find ourselves in, these things are becoming a bit more prevalent. So we thought we'd provide sort of a conversational piece to back up some of our online stuff, just talking through what you might notice, some things that you might be concerned about, and also some support tips and resources for your benefit. So I guess the first thing to chop up around stress is, what is stress and what might cause it? So Dan, I don't know what your experiences are around that or things you've noticed in others.
Yeah, well, stress, I think everyone feels stressed. I think it's a very natural thing that our bodies, it's our body's way of sort of telling us to get ready for some kind of action. So it can be good and bad. If we're in a pressure situation, say at work, you can feel a bit stressed as you're trying to get something done, get something finished, and it can actually kind of sharpen you and motivate you to get something done. But it can also be a bad thing as well. Getting really stressed and uptight, and finding it really hard to concentrate, or there's kind of physical signs of it as well. But yeah, I mean, I lots of things can set stress off with me. Work situations, home situations, having too much to do, rushing around, and obviously, life as it is at the moment. I'm working from home, like many of you out there, and obviously, work and home happening at the same time, it can be quite stressful. Normally those parts of our lives are quite separated, so when they're sort of forced together, it can be, quite a stressful situation. What kind of things do you notice when you get stressed, David?
Well, I definitely noticed that maybe I'm not clear-minded, so there might be something at head level, maybe make decisions or good decisions, or I might procrastinate to do something. And also from a body level, just feeling maybe tight in the chest or in the shoulders or in any part of the body, to be honest with you. So that's usually quite a big sign of stress for me. So yeah, I think it's good to pay attention to your body and your mind and what it's telling you, because often that's a good way to start thinking about dealing with stress. And I guess that kind of rolls us on quite nicely to kind of how we might deal with stress. So it'd be great for us to just have a think about kind of what works for us and general advice we could give to other people. I know for me personally, being outdoors is really beneficial. So as much as it's interesting to speak about the subject today, also I love to be outdoors, and that really supports me when I'm stressed. What sort of things support you when you're stressed in terms of self-care?
Yeah, much the same as you. I think that feeling of being stressed and kind of it's almost like sort of energy inside you that's not getting used. And so yeah, exercises are like you, getting outside and doing some exercise is a really good thing for me. Sort of feels like you burn that stress away sometimes.
Yeah, I agree.
I think I mean, if I'm stressed about loads of things that I need to do, sometimes just trying to get organized and making a list, ticking things off a list, or discussing it with somebody, whether it's your manager or your partner or a friend, trying to get a bit of perspective around things you might be getting stressed about is really, really useful. All sorts of things. I think everyone will have different things that work for them, and it's about trying to find that find what works in different situations.
I think that's key, isn't it? Finding what works for you. And I think sometimes that whole lowering of stimulus, so if you're in technology a lot, or there's a lot of loud noise, can really aggravate and exacerbate stress. So sometimes trying to find a quiet space with sort of low stimulation, there's a book if that's your thing, sort of music that's not too loud. These things can often be, calming and soothing. Having a shower or a bath can often work really well for people. And like you said, speaking to people and connecting with people can often be really good, because often people are sharing some similar stresses. So it's good to know someone might be going through a similar thing, which is causing them stress, and it's nice to kind of work through ideas. I mean, obviously we've come up with lots of stuff, and I'm sure you out there will have lots of ideas about what worked for you, and I think that's really important to make it personal to you. But there are times when, with our best intentions, even with the stuff we do at home and self-care stuff, we still feel really stressed. And I guess what should we do at this point, I think, Dan? What's available and what's out there in terms of help?
Yeah, I think, I mean, there's loads of different services out there in Bristol. There's also national helplines and things you can ring up, you know, to have a chat to somebody. You know, there's groups that meet mostly online at the moment in Bristol with people, you know, chatting about how they feel. Another really good source of support is going to see your GP. You know, if you really feel like you can't get yourself out of a sort of mental situation that you've got yourself into, you know, the GP is a really good first port of call. They can refer you on to services that are out there. So I guess it's just good for everybody to know that there is support out there. And you know, through the CAS website, we've got lots of information about where you can go for support, and different support that's available for different types of people. So there's a slide at the end of this video that lists a few really useful links for finding out what's out there and to read a little bit more about the subject. So yeah, thanks for listening to us today, and yeah, look after yourselves.